You're watching Profit Props. Ooh, whoops, fuck that up. All right. Well, here's your host, Profit Props.
No countdown today?
No, we did the countdown.
Oh, I didn't see it. Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. Kind of a crazy day here. Not necessarily crazy in the NBA, but we got some really good, really cool NFL news coming out. So the Ravens had a non-exclusive tag on Lamar Jackson. Hold on, y'all. Everyone that's with me, I'm behind today. I didn't realize we had already went live. All right, shout outs everybody watching. I appreciate y'all. Give me 30 seconds here to get this right. But yeah, really busy day, really crazy day. Um, I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to see what comes of it. I'm sure we're not going to hear anything tonight, but Lamar Jackson's going to shake the league up. Paste this, tweet it out, and now. Come watch the Sharp Side where I talk about the Lamar Jackson news and what that means for the Commanders. I'll also give my 4 favorite prize pick squares. We're 34 and 20 this week. Like and retweet to be entered into today's $100 giveaway. If all 4 legs cash, I'm giving one follower $100. All right, I finally got a tweet out to promote the show one time. Um, Before we go more into Lamar, let's talk about yesterday. 4-1, and then DNP with De'Aaron Fox. Been a good week for us. The day before, we might have went about even. Why can't I remember the day before? Regardless, 34 and 20 on the week. Been a really good week. Another profitable week. Um, I've got 4 plays for you today. All of these are available on the books and Prize Picks. I'll be getting to those. I'll go ahead and give you those first because I don't want anything to get bumped. And then we can talk more about the Lamar and Aaron Rodgers. I want to speak on Aaron Rodgers and the Commanders. There's a lot I want to get to today. So the 4 plays I have, again, if you're on Dub Club, you got these a little while ago. First play, James Wiseman, under 13.5 points for even money. They're going to keep giving it to us. We're going to keep taking it. Now, I know Detroit's dealing with a lot of injuries today. I don't even know if they got 10 guys playing. Oh, but I'm still going to take this. I don't think he's hit. All right, I'm back. About choked on water. I don't think Wiseman's hit this in Detroit, and even though I'll say it again, I think he's going to be a better player there. I don't expect him to go over this tonight. Second play, it's in the Philly Minnesota game. I'm excited about this game. Should be a good game. I expect Philly to pull out a nice victory here, coming off of Joel and James having really huge games. James Harden, I think, only had 14 points, but 20 assists and 9 rebounds. Uh, so a great game out of him. I expect that to be a good game, but I'm taking Anthony Edwards under 26.5 points. Best number I got was 104. I like this play a lot. Model projections for him were 24.9. So I like this a lot. Gives us about a 14% edge. Third play, Josh Giddey under 18.5. You got to shop around for this. I found a 125 at Bet365. I believe DraftKings had the same number. I believe MGM was at 130, and I believe KMB was at 129. So this number or around about this number is still out there and available. Don't play it at FanDuel. FanDuel is at minus 150. I believe Prize Picks is at 18.5. So I know a lot of you like Prize Picks and solely bet Prize Picks and underdogs. So I'm pretty sure the value's still there on this one. Still there on Anthony Edwards as well because the books are juiced to the over on that one. But I don't think Prize is at 27.5. I think it's 26.5. So I've given out 3, right? Did I give Anthony Edwards, Josh Giddey, James Wiseman?
You just gave out Anthony Edwards numbers
Oh, my fault, y'all. So Anthony Edwards under 26.5, and then Josh Giddey under 18.5. Going against the Golden State Warriors. Um the Warriors are not as good on the road, I understand that, but Giddey's only hit this in 20% of games played this year. And model projection was 16.4. I say he's probably closer to 17 tonight, but I think we got a pretty strong play in the Josh Giddey under. And that's all for points. And then I have one assist prop. We're going to go, I think the best number was at FanDuel. Luka Doncic under 7.5 assists, minus 120. This was available at Prize. Prize might have been 7, but I'd still take a 7. Gone over this, I think, in 2 games played with Kyrie. Average is a little inflated because he did have an 11 assist game. Utah doesn't allow a lot of assists, even though they are a bad defensive team. They're really bad in ISO situations, which actually leads to less assists. They help less. And someone like Luka and Kyrie, you might want to look into their point overs tonight because they should terrorize this Utah defense, but I don't think assist totals will be high. With that being said, the 4 plays I'm going to parlay tonight, I can get it plus like 1,019 odds. I'm gonna just put a little sprinkle, a little $10 on it. If it hits, I'm giving out the winnings to one person. So to win, you're gonna have to first follow the Twitter, like and retweet the tweet, and then tomorrow in the episode, I'm gonna give out a code. It might just say um, probably be something like 3823, and the first person that sends that to me will receive the $100. That's how we've done it in the past. We've had 2 people claim awards so far. Some awards go unclaimed because I don't know if people don't watch the episode. Episodes get 30, 40 to 100 viewers every day. So I don't know if we're just watching until the plays are out and then you turn it off, which if so, I get it. It's probably what I would do, especially if I was crunched for time. This is just something to add. If you watch all the way through, it's our way of showing a little extra appreciation. With that being said, NBA's done. Let's talk about Lamar. So Baltimore put the non-exclusive tag. If you don't know what that means, it's kind of like an NBA restricted free agent. Um, he can go talk to any team he wants to and sign a deal with them. And if he does, Baltimore has the ability to match that deal. Now, if they do match that deal, that's Lamar's deal. We're done. And if they don't, that team gets 2 first-round picks, I believe, in back-to-back years is what I was reading. And then, so me and the producer were talking earlier. We're like, why didn't they just trade Lamar? Because you could have traded him for more than 2 first-round picks, right? Well, the other thing is, what if they're just letting Lamar shop, right? What if they think, okay, Lamar, go find your best deal. And then that's their way of not overpaying because whatever he can find somewhere else, we'll pay him, but we don't want to pay him a penny over. Kind of understand that side of it. We were talking, though, Washington seems like that team that could do some crazy shit because you got to think the owner's selling, right? He's a big marketing piece. He helps out the market. The DMV in general is a fairly large market. I'll say that it helps that it's AFC, NFC. I think you get some kind of layover there. But they're still, an hour apart. So it's crazy to think a generational talent would leave Baltimore for Washington, D.C. Like, they're so close together. They're closer than the Baltimore Pittsburgh. I know the rivalry's not the same, but the proximity to me would be absolutely crazy for Lamar to go to the Commanders. Some other teams that I've heard floating around are the Jets, who are also super involved in the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes. The Raiders, I don't know. I feel like the Raiders are going to make a move this year, but I don't know if they're in the market to pay a QB like that. Miami, I've heard, is in the market. Producer came to me earlier, gave me an interesting take. Indianapolis Colts. That's one I hadn't thought of that would be very interesting. Is Jonathan Taylor under contract. You know, I mean,
I'm not sure.
still, that's going to be a dynamic offense.
The
Now we all
line
thought it was
remembers
going
how
to
to
be.
block.
What's that?
Their line has to remember how to block.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna say the same thing. Last year, going into the season, we thought they were going to have a really good line, and then 4 weeks in, you could kind of tell they weren't built like that. So, be interesting to see how they would work with Lamar. I heard Atlanta said their GM said they're not in the sweepstakes, which we had commented might have been our favorite place to go see him play. Um, the other interesting thing, I forgot you told me this. Philly's offensive coordinator is now the coach or offensive coordinator, head coach. So exactly similar to what Philly has with Jalen Hurts, it would transition perfectly. Do they have any good receivers?
Pittman. And then that rookie was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be an interesting fit. Um, do you have anyone else you think where they could go? Who do you think's most likely if you had to hang odds, if you were a sports book? If not Baltimore, where? Who's your favorite?
Indy, probably.
Really? For me, it's got to be Washington. I mean, not only but because the owner, and you got to think, you got to see him way less in Washington than Indy. In Indy, you play him what, like at every other year, every other year? Yeah, so it's going to be a lot less in another division. That'll bring us up to the second point I wanted to touch on today is Aaron Rodgers. It sounds like it's either Jets, Packers, or retirement, and it's almost sounding like it's either Jets or retirement. It doesn't sound like they want him back. What do you think the Jets need to do to make this deal happen?
Nothing. It's pretty well done. I think the Packers are moving on from Rodgers, not Rodgers is moving on from the Packers.
So you don't think it costs a first?
I think it costs a first, but that's it.
Costs one first?
One first. Yeah. You
If
got
I,
it's one first to rent a quarterback for a year. How long is Rodgers playing?
if you're the Jets, are you taking that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one. Yeah, the
Are,
Jets
are they a
close enough.
quarterback away?
Yeah, for sure. That defense was really good.
How did they finish this year in the standings? They probably got a top 15, top 10 pick.
I'm not sure.
They were just out of the playoffs, I
They,
think.
yeah, and they drafted really well last year.
Yeah, they got Sauce Gardner in the first. Did they have two firsts last year?
Yeah.
Do you know who else they got? Oh, they got that rookie. They got that tight end that won Offensive Rookie of the Year, right? Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Was it? No, they drafted Brees Hall. Was it Brees Hall? Did they draft him this year? I don't remember. Fuck it. Doesn't
Man, was
matter.
Garrett Wilson not a first round pick?
I don't think. I don't know. Was he? Yeah, he was. Maybe. Who fucking knows?
I don't know. Good for them though. So if it were me, this is what I think about the whole situation. I think that Washington's going to trade. I think Washington's going to make the deal happen. I think they're going to spend too much because the owner's getting out. He thinks it's going to increase the value of the team. They're going to spend too much to get him. It's only going to cost 2 first round picks, and it just makes sense to me. I think Rodgers does end up on the Jets. So Lamar to the Red or Commanders and Rodgers to the Jets. Maybe Jimmy to the Raiders. Yeah, interesting to see how this all shakes up. But another thing we'll touch on real quick. Call it an episode. John Morant. I don't know if you heard this or not. They're still investigating about the gun, and he might be facing a 50-game suspension. Yeah, because he had a gun on a team owned vehicle. Yeah. CBA rules if you have a weapon in team facilities, it's an automatic 50. So, honestly, hoping the best for Ja. He not turned himself in. He checked into a rehab for alcohol. I read today. So, T's and P's for him. Hope for him the best. Hopefully, he gets life straightened out. Hopefully, that gun was maybe brought by I don't know what the right thing to say is. I don't want him to serve a 50-game suspension. So if there was a legal way for what happened to happen, I hope that's how it happened. And yeah, we'll probably touch on that as more and more comes out. I'm interested to see allegedly everything, and I hope that all the allegeds were legal. That's all for me. Just quick recap. Giddy under 18.5. Anthony Edwards under 26.5. Luca under 7.5 assists. James Wiseman under 13.5 points. That's all for me tonight. Check on Twitter. Might have a late play, but maybe not. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.